can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Texas's offense will have the football first. Hollywood Smothers. Man, are they ever glad that he decided to put off the NFL for one more season and stay in school, and they believe it is going to pay off big time. They'll run this play from the pistol. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for room. It's Smothers. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. And what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. Arch Madness. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. The officials blow the whistle to stop play. There is a Longhorn shaken up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Manning. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. It'll be 3rd and long. Art's going to spin it again. Rushes on him. Can't make the catch on 3rd down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. Way back close to his end zone as he makes the catch. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. So the Michigan Wolverines offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
And, man, those big boys up front, man, they're the foundation of this unit, right? Like, they control everything. You have a great quarterback back there, and that's awesome. And we're going to talk about him throughout the game. But the guys up front, man, and the ability to be physical and keep him clean and keep him protected where he can do his work is the reason why this team is successful, Jesse. I bet you wish you had a line like that.
No question about it. And this defense, they've got their work cut out for them because they know they somehow, some way have got to be able to get home to the quarterback and try and affect him. That is easier said than done against this offensive line. They play as a cohesive unit. You don't see a lot of mental Simon errors. You don't see a lot of busts up front. They're able to...
Might have a chance. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. Training staff is out there tending to the injured player, and we will step aside. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns weapons that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. Pulls it in at the 25. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Throwing Manning. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Back to throw. It's Manning. Makes the grab. It's Shannon. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. First play of the period will be a second down. Manning with a play fake. Fires to the tight end. Shows him the stiff arm. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Smothers. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Where did he go? Go! Let it go!
Just a little off. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, I love no hesitation. I love my quarterback to make that RPO read, throw it to the right really quickly, but just got to be a little bit more accurate, maybe not rush it so much.
Manning tries to pick it up on third down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He might want another play. Underwood. Working that left side now. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They'll try the right side. Got enough for the first. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first.
It's a running room. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And maybe that's exactly what this offense needed, man. They needed a big play, some kind of momentum to go their way. Offense really hadn't showed up in this football game yet. That gets them going. Maybe the QB gets a little juice. Maybe this is what...
And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Makes the quick grab, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. Arch is going to throw for it. Pocket breaking down. That pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. The corners are walked up tight. To the air, it's Manning. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. On his way back from the 20. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. So here comes the Michigan offense. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. RPO complete to open the drive. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. And that last completion left him with 2nd and 1, and this is a fun moment for an offensive coordinator. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Marsh. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. He'll pull it down and run. Got room at the 35. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Motion from the wideout. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
The Longhorns will boot it away to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. These injuries could play a big factor, Holly. What have you got on those?
Catching up with the Wolverines head coach at the half. Guys, the coach told me their running back will not return to this game. I could see that he has suffered some type of upper body injury. He tested it out several times here on the sideline, but foul security could be an issue. He is definitely out to start this second half. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. They want to run it left here. Makes it past the marker. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Pressure coming. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Just going to keep it after the snap.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. The screen, he can go. Turning it on. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Got his man. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Here's Underwood. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. He stopped just inches away from the first down, but boy, can he buy time and strike fear into the heart of a defense.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Snags a quick pass on the left. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Let it go. Where did he go?
Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Right back to him on the ground. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Quarterback adapted. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He's got his man. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. First down here, what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Spreads out 4 receivers, trips wide, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Going to try to get it himself. Made a defender miss. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And he pulls it again. He's been doing it time and time again. This defense has not changed up enough, the picture, the look, to make it harder for this QB to make different decisions or make difficult ones.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Throwing, Underwood. Under fire. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet. haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Let's see what you're made of. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. So the defense has kept him in it. The offense hasn't done anything, but there's still time if they get going now. To throw, Manning. Zings it complete to the right. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Fires on the move. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Manning. He's got the tight end. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Manning. Got a man. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. An 8-yard pickup on the 1st down completion, now 2nd and 2. Going to work in the air, it's Manning. On the shuffle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Michigan! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick 6 right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. He tries to take the top off. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back at the 30. He's at the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Well, we talked a little bit about this defense and just how special they are. And we've seen them dominate this game. They've held the opponent to 0 points. You now add the insult to injury with the pick 6. They have dudes. They have better athletes than you do on that side of the football. That's been showing itself all game long.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. On the ground, it's Smothers. Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. The RPO, it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now on second down. Here's Arch to throw. Bringing the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe two. And man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Manning from the gun on third down. Catch inside the 30 and still running. To the house. Touchdown, Texas.
I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on. And it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been a slog up to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the fourth quarter. They're going to go back and watch the film. They're going to see what worked on this drive and maybe try to build on that the next time out.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Wolverines come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. He'll pull it down. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open. You're not forcing the football into traffic. You're not freaking out and throwing it away or running out of bounds. Just go get what you can get. It's a
Makes a grab and room to run. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway.